Hey you guys, PJD here. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a long time. And again, this is kind of a crazy period still, but I hope you guys really are thriving and doing well and holding up during this pandemic that we're experiencing. So I hope you all and your loved ones are doing really, really well. I haven't been on camera since last year, so I can already feel that this video is going to be a little shaky, very dusty and rusty, but I hope to at least give you some things that maybe will be food for thought as you're shopping this Black Friday. My Black Friday list, although it has been growing, it's relatively small when I think of categories. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I've used. I was hoping that this would be a one-shot video. I could get everything in one swoop, but I don't even have everything in front of me right now. So I think I'm going to have to film this over the course of a few days. But for right now, let's just jump right in. If there is a product or something that maybe I showed on IG that I didn't mention here, or I don't have planned for some of the other segments, then let me know and I can definitely respond in the comments or whatever it may be. So I just want to jump right in and get started with Pattern. They are, as of right now, having a 20% off sale. They said something about like, let's get Black Friday started early. So they're having their own little sale, but I've never purchased directly from the company. I've always purchased through Ulta. So whenever I wanted Pattern things, I showed this on IG, but within the same week that I purchased it, look at the labeling. This is, I don't know if anyone else's jar did this, but this is just as, I'm closing back the jar and I had like the product on my hands. This whole thing got like smeared. So I can't show you the ingredients on, we're going to start with the cream. Okay, so I can't show you the ingredients list here, but you can check on the Ulta site. But I can tell, for this particular jar, I can't show you. But I can tell you that the second ingredient is shea butter. So I was reluctant. Initially, I was like, let me get the trial size. I know my hair doesn't love shea butter, so let me not even, because I think this is like $25 or $28, something like that. And this is a 15 fluid ounce jar. So you're getting 15 ounces of it. And I said, whatever. So I bought the bigger one because I felt like the trial size wouldn't be enough to really test out and see if I liked it. And although this is shea butter and it's one of those super thick formulas, I can hold it upside down. It's never going to slide out. This, along with other things from Pattern that I'm going to talk to you about, the scent for me is like that of patchouli. I'm not a fan of that scent. So this scent-wise is doing nothing for me. But anyway, I was already saying like, it's just going to be shea butter. I don't really like shea butter in my hair. It's going to be, a pass for me, is what I thought. This surprised me. First, those of you who follow me on IG, you already know kind of where I'm going with this. But in the beginning, this surprised me because my hair responded well to this. So let's say, just for example, I put it on on a Monday. My hair received two things from this product. It received weight, because I already showed you I can hold it upside down. It's not coming down, right? So it's a thick product. Let me show you this cream right here. Not sliding, not going anywhere. It's a thick cream. It provided weight for my hair, and I often like weight in my hair because my hair will typically want to fly up or stand up. So if I'm trying to do a particular style, I need something that will give me enough weight that it will hold it down to some degree, and it did that. So that was nice. That was an unexpected kind of thing, because shea butter on its own doesn't, even though it's a thick butter, doesn't give me the weight. If this is at all making sense. Sorry, again, rusty. Haven't been on since last year. But okay, so I get the weight from this, so nice. The other thing that it actually did, which I was surprised with, is that it moisturized my hair. My hair was left feeling moisturized, and it gave me like nice, almost definition, really. And I was shocked. I wasn't expecting, first of all, to do anything. I was like, shea butter is the second ingredient. This is like a vat of shea butter, but it also has like other oils and things like that in here as well. And I just said, wow, okay, this is doing something beyond what I expected it to do. And it also has rosemary leaf oil in here, castor oil. I'm just looking at some of the things that I can read through the smudges. But again, so it has oils in here. But again, shea butter is number 2, so I wasn't expecting much. But yes, so it left my hair feeling moisturized. Let's say I moisturize it with this product on a Monday. My hair would still be moisturized, which this is unusual for me because I have extremely dry hair. Those of you who may be new to the channel or whatever, extremely dry hair. So the fact that I could put it on a Monday, still wake up on Tuesday, and it was still feeling moisturized, even into Wednesday, there may just be little areas maybe that needed a quick refresher on, let's say, like a Wednesday. But the fact that it carried me, days, was refreshing. It felt like really new, and I was excited. I said to myself, this is a product that I could see, despite the scent that I'm not a fan of, but I can see myself getting this product again because it is serving my hair. It's serving the purpose. It's keeping me moisturized. And then here's what I tried to do. I said, okay, there are some patches that, they need a bit more of that moisture. So let me go in and put more of this on. I'm just going to stay with this product for now. It doesn't even like to be coupled with itself. Like, you can't even put more of it on, at least for me. And I'll also say low porosity hair right here. So because of that, it's not like things are seeping in and really absorbing into my hair. So although it looks like it disappeared and whatever, it's just lurking right beneath the surface. Now, as my hair was getting a little drier in certain areas, and I was like, oh, let me put on more of this cream. As you can see, I've used most of the jar, more than half. So as I said, oh, let me go in and use more of it to just kind of refresh and get the moisture going in those areas that need a bit more love. I noticed two things. One, it would give me, and this is with no leave-in or anything underneath it, so it's not like anything was interfering with it. This is this alone. And I've tried it on both wet and dry hair. But anyhow, so what it showed on my hair, and I had shown this on IG, is little white, I don't want to call them flakes, right? Because it's not like you dust out your hair and they come out. They just stay there, and it just looks dusty. So it gives the appearance of a dusty head. So I put more of this on top of it, and initially it kind of, because this also gives me low-key, it gives me a little bit of shine too, which my hair doesn't really reflect well when it comes to shine. It doesn't, I can even put a straight oil on my hair and it won't look shiny. It will feel oily, but it won't necessarily look shiny for coconut oil and some other oils that people love. So the fact that this, gave me moisture, gave me a little shine, I was still trying to work with it, but the fact that it can't even be joined with more of itself, it's almost like you need, or I need to wash my hair again, start with a clean slate and put this on again. And for 20 something bucks is just not worth it to me. So for me, performance in terms of the isolated experience, getting me through like the first 3 days, Monday through Wednesday, good. But then I need something beyond that. And I don't want to see little white, I'm not going to call them balls, because the balls I'm going to reserve for something else in this pattern line. But I'm going to call them like they were really small. I mean, a person had to be close enough to see the white kind of little, it's almost as if the shea butter separated, and it separated into like little tiny fragmented pieces of this butter. And then what you could see from afar would be that it looked dry and ashy. But upon closer inspection, you would see that they were like these little tiny particles, white. It was this. And then adding more of this on top of it didn't really seem to make matters better initially, but once it dried down, it almost amplified those white balls. And so no, this is a don't get this for me. The Pattern Beauty Cream, the Rich Moisture and Definition Cream is what they call it. So yes, you'll get definition. Yes, you'll get moisture. But if I'm going to say, if you're low porosity, you may have a struggle with getting moisture for the entire week and then needing to put some more of this on top of it. That could be a problem. What you could do if you're really fighting to support Pattern this Black Friday, what you could do is use their refresher spray. Now, this is the only thing from their new option that I got in like the travel size, is their hydrating mist. And this is not all messed up here, so I'll try and show you. Come on, focus now. The ingredient list. Okay, starting off with water. Number 2 is glycerin, but we see a bunch of things in here. Pretty lengthy ingredient list for you here. But anyway, coconut fruit juice. Look at this. Okay, right? So cool. And it has some oils in here as well. Yeah. Okay. So what you could do, because this is not a problematic spray, it's not an amazing spray. And if you're looking for, I've already jumped from a don't get this to another thing in the line, not even following the flow of what I had planned. But anyhow, we're going to roll with it. So if you wanted to get a bit more moisture, you could use their hydrating refreshing spray. What I was going to say is that this is still not the most amazing spray that I've ever used. If you want an amazing spray that will do something more than refresh, you want to moisturize, there are other sprays which I'll talk about in a second. But the reason I brought this up prior to when I was supposed to bring it up is because I was saying, instead of putting more of this product on your hair throughout the week, you could then use their refresher spray to just kind of reinvigorate that stuff that was already in your hair from Monday. And then that will help to kind of soften up those white particles and things in your hair, and it won't look as dusty when you put this hydrating spray in it. So yeah, but this hydrating spray, again, I wouldn't, yeah, I just want to remind myself, yes, this also smells like patchouli. The sprayer was good. All of that works. Let me see if I have a little left in here that maybe I can show you how it sprays out. Okay, there you can see. See the fine mist? Perhaps you can see. I don't know. But anyway, you can see how it's dispersed on my hand. It's not the direct spray. It kind of went around, covered a pretty good surface area. So in the same way, the sprayer is good. It's fine with kind of reactivating what's already in your hair. But it on its own, I've used this on its own. And it's not like it gave me life, like using this in isolation would make my hair feel moisturized or really soft or carry me through days of feeling moisturized. It's not that. It is purely, at least for me, it is purely a refresher spray. So it's going to kind of bring life or resurrect what had previously been in your hair and hopefully do something. So you could use this with the cream because this does not cause any film or anything like that to happen. So using this with the cream was fine. But I would say for Black Friday, this 15-ounce jar for 20 something bucks, don't get this. Don't get this. I'm going to put that down. Oh, and before I put it down, let me just show you, because now I'm going to do the comparison of what you could get. So this is a thick, nice cream, right? We're looking at a thick, white, nice cream here. Another one that I would say, don't get that, get this, is from As I Am. Now, I am not the biggest As I Am fan, but I have found success within this, what is it called? The Jamaican Black Castor Smoothie line, Jamaican Black Castor Oil Smoothie line. Well, this particular product is called Smoothie, but it's the As I Am Jamaican Black Castor Oil series. And the smoothie is a thing that you may want to look into. Let me show you. And this is a 16-ounce jar, so you're getting an additional ounce, and you already know that As I Am is going to be cheaper than Pattern Beauty. I forget what the exact price is. I'll have it listed here on the screen, but the other thing I just want to mention to you is I got this through Sally Beauty, because remember, Black Friday, people are looking to shop, I know, directly through companies, and they'll have a variety of sales. But don't forget also that Sally's, and it doesn't happen, I don't think, on Black Friday. I forget the exact timing, but try and follow them on Instagram or something when they start posting these sales. Sally's Beauty store will do their own type of sale where they'll have 50% off all conditioners one day. Another day will be like 50% off all shampoos. And when they do like hair treatments, they include things like moisturizers and whatnot. So I was able to get this at, I feel like I paid $6 or $8, somewhere around there, for this big old jar. So that's why, even in terms of price, even the regular price is cheaper than the Pattern Beauty price. But, and again, which I'll have it on screen, but I say this one is a get this because it doesn't have or present thick cream. Another one, hold it upside down. It's not sliding out. The scent of this is more, I don't know, I don't want to say Play-Doh, but you know, whatever. It's not an amazing scent, but it's not bad, but you know, whatever. So this is Pattern Beauty over here. I'm going to show you this one over here. Similar. They just look like thick white creams. I'm going to show you the ingredient list, although the labeling on this is really hard to see. It starts off with water. Oh, I don't think you're gonna, yeah, the writing on the red with they use gold ink, but the second ingredient is glycerin. I know, so I have to mention that because I know some people are, yeah, and then the labeling of the gold writing continues on to this kind of beige thing. It's really hard to read, so I'm sorry about that, but yeah, glycerin is, oh, I'm sorry, I lied to you. Glycerin, yeah, glycerin is number 2, and then they have different oils in here. Coconut oil is in here, and castor seed oil, of course, because this is from the Jamaican Black Castor Oil line. So it has some oils in here. But this is a really nice replacement for this Pattern Beauty cream because, okay, while it may not have the exact amount of weight that this pattern one has, it still has weight to it. And if you're doing twists and everything, my hair doesn't necessarily like fly up. So I appreciate the weight from it. It leaves my hair moisturized. I can almost go the entire week with my hair feeling moisturized off of this. I don't need a refresher or anything. And even if I do need more of this, because sometimes my hair can be, you know, weird, and maybe it will need a midweek you know, addition of more of this product. If I put more of this on it, it's fine. It's not going to leave me flakes, no residue, no anything. So I'm good to go. So I'm definitely not getting any more of that pattern cream. I have spent so much time just on these 3 things, sorry, but I'm not going to get the pattern cream. I would say don't get that, get this, the As I Am Jamaican Black Castor Oil Smoothie product, and it's 16 ounces. So you're actually getting, for a cheaper price, an additional ounce, and the performance is really the same, except when you look at long term, it's better because you don't have the residue and the other problems that I expressed with the Pattern Beauty product. And again, this one comes down, or why did I just move that into there? And this one, okay, so you can even see from here, and I didn't exactly put the same amount from there, so thicker with the Pattern Beauty one, and I had already expressed that this one doesn't have exactly the same amount of weight, but it's still heavy. It still gives me the thickness I need. It's a good product. I like it, and it moisturizes my hair, which is kind of hard to do. So I would say get this for Black Friday, and again, you may want to check the Sally sale. The other thing that I was going to mention along the same lines of, and this is also from As I Am, this one has more slip to it. This is the As I Am Jamaican Black Castor Oil. This is called the Curling Creme. And it, again, you're not going to be able to see the label, but I can tell you right now the second ingredient in this one is glycerin as well. It has also a bunch of different oils in here, and of course Jamaican Black Castor Oil in here. Another one I can hold upside down. It's not going to slide out, but the consistency of it is, it feels a little more slippy, like it just slides down, it glides down my hand more easily than the other one from As I Am that I just showed you. But a really nice product. It also moisturizes. The only thing with this is you only get, this is I feel like it's an 8-ounce jar even. Yep, it is. It's 8 ounces. So you're gonna get half the amount of the other product that you got from As I Am. But if you're a person who, let's say you want more and more slip, like you live for the slip, then you would go with this one before the other one. Not like the slip was bad with that one. It's just moisturizing and nice. It's good. It's just, if you are a person who loves slip included in everything that you do, then this is certainly going to give you more bang for your buck in terms of the slip. But in terms of the amount of product you're getting and the fact that they both leave my hair moisturized and they don't leave residue, either one of these I think you'll be happy with from the As I Am brand. So skip the pattern one for that cream product that they produced. And also, since I already mentioned this, let me just do the sprayer thing. This is truly on its own just a refresher. That's it. So I personally am interested in things that can serve as a refresher but do more than that. And for that, I'm going to say a few things. One, and this one, yes, still has the tape on it from, this was either a Black Friday or one of her sales from last year in April, her $10 sale. And Camille Rose, I've spoken about this one at length, so I'm not going to take up your time with this one, but this is the Conditioning Hair Refresher and Detangling Spray. And I always said that she markets this as a refresher spray, but I think it's so much more. Especially, I'm not talking about just spray your hair like and go out the door. I'm talking, feel free to saturate your hair with it, twist it up. It has oils in here. I can, at the very least, even though I've discussed this before, I'll show you the ingredient list if this would come into focus and kind of behave itself. But anyhow, this particular, yeah, I think we're getting it there. Good. All right, so water is the first ingredient. Look. Okay, good. So this particular product is one, oh, you can see elderberry in here, elderberry extract. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, it definitely has aloe leaf juice, etc., etc. But anyway, this is more than just a refresher. To me, this is, you could use it as a leave-in if you so choose, but I prefer to use this. This is a moisturizer for me. This is a straight up moisturizer. Yes, it detangles beautifully as well. And my hair is really hard to detangle and it's super dry. And this one can solve many issues of mine. So I would say if you're looking for something that can just be a refresher, this can do it. If you're looking for something that's more than a refresher, where it can also serve as a moisturizer, this can do it. Looking for a detangler, this can do it. So the Camille Rose, I would definitely say don't get the pattern refresher spray. Get something that has other benefits as well. So you may want to try this Camille Rose. Again, I've spoken about this, reviewed this in the past. You can check one of those videos. So that's an option as a sprayer. Also, and I know I've spoken about this one. Okay, I brought over 2 bottles of it, but I meant to do just one from Miss Jessie's because they also have a pretty good Black Friday sale too. This is Curl So Fresh. This is along the same lines as the Camille Rose Refresher. It's not too many steps behind in terms of performance. Everything that I said this one does, this one can do too. It can serve as a moisturizer, a refresher, a detangler. The scent for this one has a slightly like it is the lavender line, so it has that kind of, I guess, lavendery kind of scent to it. I'm not a fan of lavender, but still, because of the performance of that product, I'm all for it. This particular one, it smells like something perfumey and florally. And again, the scent doesn't necessarily move me, but the performance of the product does. I can show you the ingredient list is along the side here. Hopefully it's coming in. Yeah, good. Glycerin is number 2 on the ingredient list. And much like the other product that I just showed you from Camille Rose, it has oils in here as well. Citric acid, silk amino acid, it has in here as well. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of all I'll say. I've spoken about this one before in the past too, and as you can see, I have more than 1 bottle of it. Good stuff. Get that instead of the Pattern Beauty one. The other thing, since that Camille Rose one even mentioned detangling, I'm going to throw this one in here too. Unicurl, because this is another company that you may choose to support during Black Friday. Now, Black Friday of last year was the first time that she released, not this product, first time that she released it in an 8 ounce, because prior to that, it was either, I don't think it was a 2 ounce. She used to sell this as a 4 ounce. And I had spoken to you guys, I think on IG, saying that I really liked it. It's an amazing detangler, really, really good. But I used it so quickly that it was like, oh, come on, come on. And the sprayers on the other ones, as I said, I reviewed those before. Good sprayer. I'm going to show you this one. It has a little lock here. And yes, I still have the tape on this part of it. But as you can see, I've clearly been using the product. But again, I feel like I go through it so quickly. That one has more of a direct hit. Look, let me try. See, that sprayer kind of goes there and it's runny and loose, but it has a really great way of detangling. Yes, I'm using that right now. No product shall be wasted. It says it's a daily leave-in spray, but it has a really great means of detangling my hair. And again, my hair is really tough to get through, and this is a beautiful detangler. And it does leave my hair feeling moisturized, not as moisturized as the Camille Rose one or the one that I showed you from Miss Jessie's, but and I'm going to show you the ingredient list for this one because again, I didn't do this last Black Friday. I bought the 8 ounce as of last Black Friday because prior to that I had the 4 ounce, and for that price I just felt like, come on now, for that price I just felt like I'm not gonna keep getting a 4 ounce. Yeah, you can see the ingredient list there now. Okay, so you can see aloe vera in here. What do we see? Anything? Oh, algae extract, quinoa. Yeah, okay, so we have some interesting things here. It smells minty. It has a minty scent. Don't think it's going to smell like the Unicurl styler, that 4-in-1 styler. It doesn't smell like that. It smells minty, which is like another one of her products, which I'll get to in a second. So this one has a minty scent. It detangles like a dream. The only thing that could give me a reservation about getting this one during Black Friday is that I go through it so quickly. That's the only thing. So for the price, and as you can see, it looks creamy and thick, but it runs down, right? So it's pretty loose. Is that this, and it says daily moisturizing leave-in spray. Quite honestly, and you can see the little separation here, just shake it. It all comes back together. It's fine. The thing about using it daily is I don't know that you need to use it daily because this is a product that can take me from, if I spray it on a Monday to the Tuesday at least, I'm guaranteed that my hair is still going to have life in it, even if it's just this alone. Better yet, if you couple it or put something else that's moisturizing on top. But I can still get a day's worth of moisture from this, and I appreciate it. I thank them for it. It's a really good product. And maybe it's because it's so loose, and also I'm heavy-handed that I can just go through this product very, very quickly. This would have already been done for the fact that I said, let me reserve what I have and just stop using it so I would have something to be able to show on camera. But if you're, again, looking to support Unicurl this Black Friday, definitely check this minty scented leave-in spray. And even though it has this kind of direct hit, right, it's not as well dispersed, but the fact that it runs down, you can just kind of spray it down the length of your hair. And that works too. So even though the sprayer is slightly different from the other ones, and again, I'm smelling that mint as I just put it in my hair. But those are the refreshers that I would, or sprays that can also serve double duty, and in some cases triple duty. It's not just a leave-in or a detangler, but also, you know, a refresher, a moisturizer, all those things. I would say get any one of those over the Pattern Beauty one. So no, but the other ones, yes. Oh, okay. There are a couple of things in this video that I may show you, and you may say, oh, I don't support that brand anymore. Then there are other options. But I will say another one in the spraying category that is good and that I enjoy is from Mielle, and it's the Curl Refreshing Spray from the pomegranate line. I also reviewed this one in the past, so I don't want to spill up your time with this particular one. Again, we're seeing a theme here. Glycerin is the #2 ingredient, another type of packaging that is sometimes hard to be able to show here on camera. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have some, yeah, glycerin as #2. Yeah, okay, good. So seed extracts in here, fruit extract in here. This one does smell like the rest of the pomegranate line. This kind of fruity scent, not necessarily smelling like a pomegranate, but it has a fruity type of scent. And this one also can detangle my hair. It can moisturize my hair, much like the Camille Rose one. It's just the Camille Rose one I think is superior overall. This is probably, if I had to rate them, I would say 1, and I know this is not a best of video. Let me put this down and move along, okay? But the Camille Rose one first, probably Mielle #2, #3, Miss Jessie's So Fresh, and then the Unicurl one is really nice, but I can't get as many days of moisture as I can with the other ones. In fact, I just have to mention this, sorry, I haven't been on camera in a while. So, in fact, if you spray a lot of these, in particular, this one and this one, if you happen to, let's say, overspray, or you're really spraying a lot of the Camille Rose one and the Mielle one, your hair may even, or I'll tell you, my hair feels kind of mushy gushy. It can get really to the touch, like, oh, my hair is oily, I need to go wash my hand kind of thing. So keep that in mind, but I really like it. And if you're a super dry head like me, you may actually appreciate that and be able to say, I'll just deal with the rest. Okay, moving on with Pattern. Now this piece is going to take up a lot when I start doing the comparisons here. From Pattern, I also got the full size of the gel. I think this one is $25. And another one that got me, so initially, and this one you can see the ingredients on this. I haven't completely smeared that one. So it starts off with water as a first ingredient, and then it has a binder, PVP, as next up. And as you can see, this little ingredient list here, not bad. Aloe leaf juice, boom, just jumped out at me. Has a couple of seed oils in here. It has rice oil in here. Okay, great, right? So this is the gel. Also smells like patchouli. I'm gonna open it up. I've used more than half of this. I really would have been done with this, because again, I got this in the summer, like when it kind of released on Ulta. I probably would have been done with this, other than for the fact that I said, oh, let me pause and be able to have something to show you. It's a clear gel. Let me tell you, when I first used this, as you can see, my hair is usually like this when you see me, or all-in-one or whatever. My hair, and this is not a video like how my hair performs or whatever, but my hair does not even have the same amount of shrinkage in every area of my head, right? So when people could wear those like cute styles that are out and all that, my hair is not even allowing me to be great, to the fact that it doesn't even, the shrinkage isn't even to the same level. So things like right here, it may be really shrunken to my head and I'll look like Gary Coleman. And then the rest underneath that may have more hang time than the rest. So it just looks really odd. So what I've always needed is a gel with weight. There was even oh, okay, anyway, let me not get distracted. Okay, a gel with weight to it. When I got this product and used it, weight. So it wasn't, okay, it didn't solve all of my problems, but it came really close. So what I did is I had split my hair in the back. I said, let me just wear a little in the back out. And the part that does like the Gary Coleman thing, where it like shrinks down to the back of my head, it had, because the gel has weight to it, it was giving me a bit more hang time than I'm used to having. It defines my hair. It gave it shine. it didn't feel dry. It wasn't like, now first of all, when Tracy Ellis Ross spoke about this product, she was like, oh, this is such a, look, it says slick and snatched, right? She was like, this is such a hard gel, da da da. So I was like, oh wow, this is gonna give me like a super hard cast. No. So maybe for certain hair types it performed that way, but for me it did not. This was not like some super I've definitely used gels that leave my hair crunchier than this. So I feel like on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of crunch, 10 being the crunchiest hair a gel could leave my hair, this one was probably at a 4. Yeah, I think you could get something off the shelf at a supermarket that would give you more crunch than this. But that wasn't a bad thing because it had the hold. The hold was there, but it wasn't crunchy in like some bad way. It left my hair defined. It gave me moisture. I was happy. I was happy, especially because that patch that likes to go straight to my head, it had a bit more, it released it just a bit more, where it had a little more hang time, where it looked a little more uniform than it ever would with most things. So I was really happy. And then I said, okay, the only thing I need to do, this was a couple days later, I said, is let me just put a little more moisture on it. So I said, bright me, let me put, I've tried different things. I put, which I'll get to their other gel in a second. We can kind of do this all even in one segment because that's also a gel. It's just kind of a softer version. And let me take this out and just show you, right? So this is the gel. Let me put some of it on my hand just so you can see, right? It's a thick gel, but it spreads well. I use this now. I know a lot of people do the whole, my hair needs to be completely wet thing. But I love a gel that I can use on dry hair because I need to be able to wake up on the fly and say what I want my hair to be that day. And I don't always want to have to pull out either a spray bottle or submerge my head in water, take a shower, co-wash. I mean, the shower part I do, but I'm saying I don't want to always have to wet my head entirely if I want, my hair to reflect the curls that are there when my hair is wet, right? So if I want a gel to do that, I typically go with gels that can work on dry hair. This could do that. So I was really happy. I was like, you're giving me the weight, you're giving me the definition, you're giving me the shine, making my curls look more uniform than they typically would. The only thing I need as a couple days passed by, because it even gave me like a measure of moisture, like it definitely wasn't a crunchy dry, my hair feels like it's brittle and it's going to break off. No, it even left me with moisture, and I felt like, even though it's expensive, because this is also 15 ounces, even though it's expensive, I was like, I can do this again, even though I'm not a fan of the patchouli scent, but I was like, I can do this again. I then tried to pair it. Here is where failure came in. I tried to pair it with the cream that comes in this line. I tried to pair it with the other gel that's in this line. I tried to pair it with other things that could kind of give me moisture, even outside of this line, not all in one day. I tried different things on different days. Whoa, when I tell you, and I'm going to put a picture, well, the picture that I'm going to show you is with the other gel, but it was to an even greater degree, and I'll talk about that in a second. It gives you, that's why I said when I was talking about the cream, when I was talking about those little white pellets, I didn't want to call them balls because the balls I'm going to reserve for this. Not white, they were kind of like tannish, almost like the color of this. This is clear, but it came into like almost a golden color, like a light brown tan. Balls all over my head. Any place I had that gel, those balls were present. It left such residue, and it wasn't the kind of residue. Different products will leave this kind of residue and maybe like little balls and things, but you wash it and in one wash you can get it out. No. This is like a super evil villain that you just couldn't. I had to go to, and that's why I bought this one over here. There are a couple of products that I can use to try and get something detached from my hair strands and allow me to live and wash my hair and get it out. It doesn't necessarily happen in one washing. I mean, I get it out all in that day in the shower. It's just I may have to do a repeat. One thing that I use, and this particular product is expensive. So I have the trial size version from Christoph Robin. This is a detour. This is not the product I'm meant to talk about right now. Clearly, I haven't been on camera in a long time and I'm all over the place. But this one I got through Sephora. This is the small size. It has little scrubbers in here. But this, believe it or not, this I have used several times. As small as this jar is, how many ounces? It suds up like you wouldn't believe, and it has actual grains in here. I know I just departed from the gel. It has actual grains in here that don't disappear as soon as, I'm sorry, this video feels like a mess, but just hang with me. I promise I have a point. It doesn't dissolve as soon as water touches it. This is like a grain right here. Look, it won't even let me break it down, right? So this allows me to get the scrubbing action on my scalp, which is great. I'm happy about that. And I can use it because it suds up really well. And yes, I'm pretty sure this has, it has SLS in this. So you're going to have a sulfate in this product, but I use this sparingly. This is not something I use all the time, but I use this when I have products that are really hard to get out of my hair and they've maybe left some type of residue. So again, this is the Christophe Robin scrub, and then the rest is in French, but it says scrub like detox at the bottom. I could focus here, but yes, this has a sulfate in it for sure. There are other cleansers that I can use too, but I know by the time I do about 2 washings, and especially if I'm focusing in the area where I know it's given me this really hard to get out residue and these balls, by the 2nd washing, at least that Christophe Robin can kind of get it out. So I'm happy about that. And I do this all in one shower. I like shower, do it one time, check my progress in the mirror, and if I see a particular area needs more, then I'll just go in with more of this and give it a 2nd washing, sometimes a 3rd if it's required, but usually about 2 or 3 can get it out. But this, no. The fact that it defined my hair, made my hair, you know, still had moisture, it left me with shine, and it gave me some hang time, was beautiful. But the after effect, no. I cannot repurchase. This is the type of product that if you wanted to add some moisture or any other product, I just hate that it can't even work with other things in its own line. It doesn't even pair well with the cream that's from the same line. That's so disturbing to me. So, and again, maybe this is a low porosity thing, but no, I hate the residue that it left. And for that reason, I do not recommend that you get this gel. If you, however, are a person who will use these products and you don't mind the next time your hair needs moisture or it needs something else, that you wash this out entirely and start again, then go for it. It's just that this is an expensive product, or relatively expensive product, for you to keep doing that. But maybe your hair is less dry than mine, and maybe you won't need to do that midweek kind of refresh. So yes, the performance of this gel is really nice. I really enjoy what it can do in isolation, but the moment you try to introduce anything else to it, disaster ensues, and I'm not a fan of it. And it was really hard to get this out. It was almost the level of, and I don't have this gel in front of me, but I do still own it because I think I have 1 jar left of the TGIN gel, the one that comes in the jar. It's called, I think they call it a custard. I've spoken of that before. On its own, leaves my hair really good. Why am I doing a review of it? It's not in front of me right now. But what I was going to say is that one leaves mega residue. But that's only if you use it with anything else. But you can use more of it and it'll be fine. Using more of this particular product, let's say I didn't want to mix it with the cream, I still had like little residue issues that would start to form. The balls though weren't as bad as when I coupled it with another product, even from the line or another gel. But yeah, no, it was too hard to get out. So I say don't get this. But there are other gels that you can get. And here's the star of the show, Big Papa. Is upside down. Okay, Big Papa from the Doux. Now, when she released this, I looked on her site. It sold out very quickly. Since then, I tried to get it, sold out, a hard item to pick up. But maybe a month or 2 ago, or whenever it was, I ended up getting it. I looked online and I saw, again, it was sold out from the Doux. But I saw, a beauty supply store that said they had been featured in Essence magazine. I don't recall that feature, but I'm sure it happened since they posted that on their website, and they had it in stock. So I went and I purchased from them this Big Papa because I saw it was there. Their shipping was $10, and similarly on Black Friday, I recall the Doux having $10 shipping too. But anywho, so I decided to pick up the gel, which costs, and this is a 16-ounce jar. I love the Doux sizes because they give you big, generous sizes. And the price of this was $12.99. So a 16-ounce jar, $12.99. I'm actually already getting 1 more ounce than I would with the Pattern Beauty gel. And for the fact that it's giving me 1 more ounce and the way it performs. Now, in terms of the weight, it's not going to give me as much hang time, but it comes pretty close to the hang time that I could get with the Pattern gel, which I said because it has that weight. Let me open the jar and, you know, and it has a slightly kind of golden yellow tint to it. It smells like an elevated version of some type of citrus, almost lemon, but not like kitty lemon candy. It smells like this could actually be like a perfume or something that someone could wear, but it doesn't have that underlying scent of alcohol, which I don't like. So it's a pleasant scent. It's fresh. It's like a lemon mixed with a fresh, kind of, if you can envision that. So I like it. And it says right on the jar, what is it supposed to do? Give you poppin' curls, right? Notorious definition. It does all of the above. And I didn't buy directly from the Doux, so I didn't get this little card that I've seen people talk about from the Doux where it says, you know, don't mix it with other things. Be careful about that because it can give you the kind of residue that I described with Pattern. So I didn't get that card that says that. That seemed to come directly from the Doux. And I don't recall seeing that on the jar about like trying not to mix it with other things. Use this alone. Oh, okay. It says, yeah, it says for optimal results, prep hair with mousse. I do have their mousse. We'll talk about that in another segment, but I've used it both with the mousse and without. But primarily what I'm talking to you about right now is forget the mousse, forget anything else, just use this product. It says apply to wet hair in sections, raking through, blah, blah, blah. It's giving you typical gel instructions. But that card that people had spoken about was where the Doux was saying, don't necessarily mix it with other things, or if you try to introduce other products, do so carefully because, you know, it could potentially give you like the kind of residue. I've mixed it with so many things, and when I tell you, beautiful. So the fact that they would give that warning, yet it still plays well with so many other things, and I've tried it out, and I'll tell you why I did. But let me show you the ingredient list. I'm so happy with this gel. First of all, and glycerin, yes, is in here, and it's number 2 again. So I'm sorry for all you folks that here. Check the ingredient list right there. There we go. Water, glycerin, there we go. Can you focus? All right, PVP, but that's number 4 on the ingredient list. We spoke about that as a binder before. Oh, look. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Oh, sorry. But right up in here, Babassu, and my hair enjoys Babassu. I was even considering this Black Friday. Sorry if I took that out of focus already. I was considering getting just pure Babassu and starting to do like some mixing stuff again on my own and just figuring some things out as I used to do like back in the day. And Babassu may be something that I pick up because my hair tends to or seems to like Babassu. But anyway, this one. Okay, now I can hold it upside down, but the reason I'm doing this as a cautionary thing, no, it didn't come out. All right, so because it has slip to it, so I didn't know if, even though it's thick, if it was going to do a slide, but it didn't. No, I was able to hold it upside down. This is a thick product, thick gel, much like the one from Pattern. Doesn't have, okay, let me try and do a side by side. This is the one from the Doux, and let me try and show you the one from Pattern, just so you can see perhaps what I mean. I'm doing just a bit from the lid. So this is the Doux here. And this is the one from Pattern. They look pretty similar. I'm going to use a different finger and slide this one down from the Doux. Use this finger and slide this one down. I can even feel as I'm sliding them down. Now, one thing you may notice, and again, I didn't necessarily use the same amounts for each one. Really shiny, silky. It leaves my hair really shiny. And I told you already before that my hair doesn't necessarily reflect. It doesn't necessarily do so well in the area of shine. But it leaves my hair shiny. It leaves the curls defined. It even says on the jar that it's supposed to, it says no crunch. Hello, how did I forget to mention the main thing that I love about this? Now, for the people who love a firm, crunchy gel, you may have issues with this. There's one other thing that you may consider to be an issue with this gel. We'll get to that in a second. But my hair has zero crunch with this. Now, again, I mentioned that I want to have the flexibility to just be able to put something in my hair and go. And so with this, I can just decide on a dime without having to wet. Even though the instructions say like wet your hair, I don't wet my hair. I use it on dry hair. I put this in. It defines, it gives me everything that I want. It's not as weighty as the one from Pattern, but it's close it's close. This one even, it just feels thicker. It feels heavier, the pattern one. It does, even as I'm rubbing it upside down, up and down on my hand. This one feels more like there's an oil in here, if you know what I mean. So it glides more, but it's beautiful. I really, really enjoy this. I think you should give it a go Black Friday if you're not scared of two things. One, having hair that is crunch free, because you will have no crunch from this. I don't air dry my hair. I don't use a hair dryer to sit underneath or anything like that. Let me see if I could let me go. Give you a little something right now. Now I have to think of what I had in here already, because I don't want it getting the residue online. But anyway, maybe you can see, maybe you can't. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that was just not effective. But the shine that you can kind of see reflecting off of it right now, it stays just like that when it dries. Stays, and I can't even say dries, because I just mean when it's not as wet as it is when I just put it on, but it still almost stays as gooey. Because the other thing that I have to mention about this is it's a stickier gel, whereas with the pattern one, you're not going to get any stick. It's not going to be like, ooh, you touch your hair and it's sticky. This particular one I did use, and I had it, the back of my hair was down, and I was doing something like this where I was like that for a while. So my neck was bent back. When I came to just kind of straighten up, it's like my neck did like the slow peel. So it's sticky, and the stickiness never quite goes away. It's there. But the other thing, as I said, a super dry head. This moisturized my hair all the way to wash day. I'm sold. 16 ounces, $12.99. You give me the definition, you give me the shine. The only reason I would ever have to put more of this on during the week, which I have done, is because, again, no crunch. So as I'm laying down to sleep at night, it may flatten the curls. And yes, you can just kind of zhuzh it up and kind of fluff them out. But in some areas, especially with my hair type, where all it wants to do is just give me a George Jefferson or a Gary Coleman, it wants to go right back down to its formation. You may need something. So sometimes I may need to add a little bit more to just kind of pull it out, redefine it again. Also, my roots very much so love to shrink back down, and the rest may look like this, but then this portion goes back and tries to revert very much to the afro, and a very tightly coiled one. So it's always fighting. But because this does have weight, again, not as much weight as the pattern one, but it does have weight, that helps to pull it back out. So yes, I may need to reapply some of it during the week, and it works well with itself. There are times when, and this is why I had this other gel here, and I'm not going to go into great length with this one because I have reviewed this in the past. This is another sticky gel, one that I still recommend. I think this was in my last year's Black Friday Get This Not That, the Main Choice Gelato. This is another sticky gel, but it's sticky in a different way. It also is a heavy one. It has some kind of weight to it, almost like, let me see if I can show you like this. See that kind of sticky? See how this is more like a, how do I describe the difference? This doesn't do that. You saw I was able to just pick it up. It doesn't like give me the stringiness where it's still in a jar because it's still sticky like this. It feels sticky, yes, when I put it on my hand, but it's enough that it can separate from the product from the jar. This one is like the manifestation of sticky, but it's sticky in a different way. Not explaining that well. Sorry about that. But what I was going to say is, because this one is, I don't want to use the G word, but I'm about to, sticky and more glue-like. There were times when I used this one in combination with Big Papa from the Doux, so that I could specifically use it on the roots so that it could clump it more and then use its weight, because this too also has weight, and it would clump and hold it more so that the definition that you kind of see like here. Okay, this is the one I just did with the Doux, or was it this one? No, it was this one. All right, so that didn't quite clump yet, but it's getting there, don't worry. So it would do, in fact, let me put some of this one all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm putting some of this one on it from the Main Choice. Again, the string of gel, because I kind of want to show the, actually I could use it on the same piece so maybe you could see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this one is what I just put the Doux on, but now I'm gonna put, and I sometimes need to start from the root so it could really just, see, it's firm, it's firm, it's firm. And see, it's going to dry well. And as you can see, the two play well together. It also didn't give me any like little residue things, because that can happen almost immediately if it's not a good fit. But yeah, so I can use the weight of the gelato one, couple it with the one from the Doux, and they play well together. The shine is going to be there because the one from the Main Choice also gives me shine, and we'll maybe get to check back in on that and see the progress of it later. But what I was saying is, it can pull more from the root, and because it's more glue-like, it will keep the curls and help them to clump a little better than maybe the Doux one can when I need to go from the root. I'm sorry, that seems way too much, but if you have hair like mine, then you understand what I'm saying. This one can be coupled well with the Doux, so they play well together, as well as other things that I've tried to couple this with. But this is a great thing, and it can do a great job on its own and give you definition and shine and all that stuff, and have you have looking divine from the root. I'm just saying, as the week progresses and my hair tries to revert more and more into an afro, and it doesn't want to stay in kind of like a little curly state, something that has more of a glue-like effect. Okay, now I'm on a roll. This is how I'm trying to explain it. Something that has more of a glue-like effect will be able to bind it and prevent it from reverting to the afro. Okay, so this is a definite get this. Don't get the pattern gel. Get the Main Choice one, or get Big Daddy, Big Papa. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, get Big Papa from the Doux, 16 ounces, or you can get this 12 ounce, I believe. Yeah, 12 ounces. Yep, from the Main Choice. I don't know if they will or will not have a Black Friday sale this year, but either of those gels work beautifully. There are other gels that also work well, but let me just give you another do not do so I can finish off with pattern. This is another don't get. The picture that I'm going to insert right here is the picture of the residue that this one left. The residue from this one was not as bad as the residue from the larger gel that I just showed you, the one in the jar. This is like the softer version of the one in the jar. So even though the other one doesn't give me crunch or, you know, anything like that, I said it was like a level 4. This one I guess would be like a level 3. Really a softer hold, but it also does define. Again, in terms of performance, and I'll show you the lengthy ingredient list here. In terms of performance, yes, it performs well. Again, glycerin is number 2. It lets my curls have definition and it looks good, but it just doesn't play well with other things. And for that reason, and everything, by the way, that I've shown you so far, paraben free, all that stuff. So it just doesn't play well with others. So does it give my hair some shine, definition? Yes. The hold part is a no. No. These things from Pattern Beauty do not give me hold in the form of crunch hold, right? So think, yes, it gives me definition and it's there in my hair, but just like what I kind of described with Big Papa, this one would need some more the next day if I needed to fluff up certain areas, if that makes sense. So it gives me hold to a certain degree, but again, because this is crunchless, then yeah, it's not like it's going to be a whole week of me not putting anything else on it. It needs something else for for those of you who like real hold, when you think of like what a holding gel typically is, yeah, you would need to either put something else with it, because that's not going to give it to you on its own. So yeah, so it does all of these things. It leaves my hair with shine. It looks defined, and it'll stay like that. And it's not, also the Big Papa one claimed that it's not frizzy. So that can be said for all of these things, right? It fights frizz, especially that gelato one, because it keeps it glued kind of together and it feels a little sticky, but it's great and beautiful. So those things do it. It's just that the pattern one, it leaves the residue, and I just can't deal with that. I just wanted to film this piece because I don't think I showed you the consistency of this one, this gel. Also from Pattern Beauty. This is they just call it curl gel. Right, so this one is not clear. This one is more opaque, but once you slide it down, kind of all goes in. Yeah, it on the surface of your hair, it doesn't have this white appearance, not on day one at least. But again, just like the others, it's problematic. I hopefully have already included a little picture of how it looks and the residue that it has left on my hair. It doesn't play well with other things, barely plays well with itself when you try to put more of it in days to follow. So much like the larger version of the big jar, which is supposed to be the stronger hold version gel. So because of that, it's a no-go for me. Another one that doesn't necessarily play well with other things from Taylor Beauty. This is the jar I haven't used yet, so I can put that down. But of the one that I am nearly done with, this is another gel. This is, again, Taylor Beauty. It smells, I don't know, maybe perfumey, slightly florally, but not heavily floral in terms of the scent. So anyway, I'm trying to look for the ingredient list so I can show it to you right here. You already know what number 2 is going to be. This is a no crunch kind of gel. When I use it on just dry hair, I'm going to tell you, I did try it on soaking wet hair. Oh, it's not coming in so well, but this is glycerin is number 2 right here. As you can see, Jamaican black castor oil is in here. It's a nice ingredient list. So I'm not upset with the ingredient list. I do prefer a gel that leaves me with no crunch. One of my all-time favorite gels, and I'm sorry they're no longer sold through Sephora. This relationship, I guess, didn't necessarily work, but I had long spoken about Honey Curls from Earth's Nectar. Beautiful, crunch-less gel. Leaves my, this is amazing. It still is amazing. It's just that it's 20 something bucks, where again you can get similar results from the Doux, and that's $12.99. So it just makes it a little more challenging to get something that you can get similar results from. But again, I love the ingredients, and I've already flipped to a new product. I'm getting back to Taylor in 1 second. But yes, Earth's Nectar, if you do want to support them, really. And I've spoken about this for years, so I don't need to go back on this one. It smells good, and yeah, really nice and soft, crunch-free hair. It works on wet or dry hair, which my preference is dry, so I enjoy it. This one from Taylor Beauty, I used it on soaking wet hair is what I was starting to say. I used it on soaking wet hair just because I wanted to try some stuff out. So I used it on soaking wet hair. Immediately applied this, no leave-in, no nothing, applied this. And when it dried, when it eventually dried, it felt a slight crunch. Scale of 1 to 10, I would say it was a 2. So if I wanted to do a different style, I can just crunch it right on out. But when I put it on just my dry hair, not my soaking wet hair, and it dries down to no crunch, much like Honey Curls, much like Big Papa. So I really appreciate that. The only thing with Taylor Beauty is this particular one did not, and I don't think I scooped it out to show you. It's a, yeah. Okay, so I'm almost at the end though, but this one's not gonna just slide out, but it's very light. It just feels light. It doesn't have much weight to it, so you may have to use a lot of it to try and replicate the weight of some of the other gels that just inherently on its own, it has weight to kind of leave your curls, because otherwise what my curls would normally want to do is just sit right up here like this and just fly right away from my head. So you may need to apply more so that it is weighed down a bit. But the only thing with this is it doesn't play well with others. So if you do need to, in the days to come, couple it with other things, it's not really a team player. But the moisture will be there and no crunch. So if that means anything to you, then you can give Taylor Beauty a try as well. There was a conditioner that I tried from them, but I've already since used it up, so I don't have it to show. So I didn't necessarily want to mention it as I just did. Sorry, forgive me. Hopefully video 2 will be much better. The other thing in the gel category that I want to talk to you about is from Up North Naturals, which apparently they're sold now through Target. It's a Canadian brand. And here's I can show you some of the ingredient list down here. This lighting does not want to work with me. I'm using natural. Oh, there we go. Okay, you can kind of see that right there. Sunflower seed oil, grape seed oil, lavender is in here, vitamin E. This one smells like orange sickle, like a light orange sickle scent. So that's what this one smells like. Another one that will leave you crunch free. Maybe you can see what it's going to do if I try to jiggle it. Now, if I hold this, okay, see how that whole jiggle came away from the jar inside, right? So this can do some nice clumping action. No clumping, I said clumping action, so it can leave your curls clumped well. The scent on none of these really linger anyway, so that's fine. It can give me the clumping action. It has the little scent of orange sickle, so it smells good. It's soft. Let me take some of this out for you so you can see. Boom, slides down, feels good. Doesn't give me as much shine as Big Papa and as the Main Choice Gelato, but it looks healthy, right? So it doesn't leave me looking dry or anything like that. Here's the problem, and it's evident through the cap. Do you see on the lid for it where it has these little balls that will form? Within a few days, especially if I need to reapply more of this, again, because I told you my roots like to revert to an afro. If I need to apply more of this, it will give me those little balls, like almost, I don't know if it's the glycerin in it or something is causing it to form like little balls. But these balls, unlike the Pattern Beauty balls, these are not hard to wash out. They're the ones that come out easily, like in one wash. You go in the shower or you do a quick little scrub and it's gone. It dissipates. You may even want to just, if let's say you're on the go and don't have time to wash your hair and you want those balls gone, just kind of smush them down and slide it through your hair. So these balls can go more easily for sure than the Pattern Beauty balls. But the fact that it even causes balls, it's not the favorite on my list. But if I am looking for something quickly that I want to throw in my hair and it's not going to leave me with a crunch, this is cool. It's just not on the top of my list. So this would be a don't get this necessarily, but it's not a bad one if you want to support this brand, or perhaps you're in Canada or you're going to purchase something through Target on Black Friday. Maybe they'll do something as they sometimes do with hair care. But I would still say Big Papa is, and not only in terms of price, but also in terms of the amount that you're getting and the fact that I could just rave about this one. Big Papa for the win. So yeah, get Big Papa over the other ones that I've spoken of. But let's say that you are a person who likes a bit more holds, right? You want a little crunch. Maybe you don't need mega crunch, but you want more crunch because maybe you don't want to have to reapply the next day. You want to wake up and that crunch is still there and everything is still in formation. If you want a bit more crunch, and again, this is not bad level crunch, but if you want more crunch, here's another gel that I like. This one comes from She Sent It. It's the Tahiti Cocktail Jelly Custard, Curl Enhancing Jelly Custard. I've spoken about this one before. It smells delightful. It has kind of that typical She Sent It scent, which smells fruity. I'm not sure which fruit exactly, but it's a fruity scent. This one has nice slip, as does Big Papa, but this one will leave you more with a crunch, but not, again, scale of 1 to 10, it's going to leave you at a level 5, right, 7, 6. Let me give it a 6, because if I had this all in my hair and I decided I wanted to go with a next style, I would need to put something in, like maybe a refresher spray or something to just soften it just a bit and then kind of knock out, because it does have a measure of hold more so than like the other ones. Big Papa, I could just take a brush through it or a comb through it and put it into some new style and slick it back without having to use a refresher or anything, because it's already gooey. I would need to put something to this one so that it can release a bit of that holds. But again, it's like a level 6 hold, so it's not like major crunch factor, but I would need to do a little something to kind of get that out. I've shown this in the past, so again, I don't want to go at length with this one, but here's the ingredient list right here. She Sent It, always coming in with the nice ingredients anyhow. Xanthan gum in here, different extracts, cornstarch in here. All right, so pectin number 2. All right, so nice product. I really like it. There was another one by She Sent It that I really liked too, but I don't have it before. Oh, I did bring this one in. Now this is interesting. This is also from She Sent It. I'm putting it in the category of a gel, and I have spent a long time on gels. Sorry, let me see. Oh my gosh, look at the time already. Let me just keep going and see if I could at least finish what I have on the table. So She Sent It, the Plum Nectar and Agave Curling Syrup. Now look at this one, and it comes with a pump. So this is not like the others where you're getting it from a jar. Do I have it locked? Yes, I do. Okay. This one, see how it's sliding? Think syrup, but not sticky. This to me is like a bottle of slip. So if you have a gel that doesn't have a lot of slip, feel free, even though this alone can curl your hair or really bring out the definition in your hair, but feel free to use this. Again, I'm primarily talking about using this on dry hair, right? So you can use this as just slip, as a great foundation, and then lay something else on top of it. You could also use it alone, just as its own curl enhancer. They call it a curl enhancer, but this to me is very much so like a gel. Scale of 1 to 10, the crunch, I'll say this is like, for this syrup, is probably a 4. Maybe, yeah, a 4. So I'll leave it at a 4. So it's not like some major crunch head at all, but it has yeah, it has a nice scent. I don't know what to say. It smells like, again, a she scented type of fruity scent. So it's a good scent. And this one says it enhances curl, creates shine. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I get as much shine with this as I do with Big Papa. I definitely get more shine with Big Papa and Gelato than with this. But this, again, leaves me looking healthy and natural. Not like, oh, do you have grease in your hair, or do you have, no, it just is a healthy, nice, it doesn't like give me extra shine, but it just gives me like a healthy, normal appearance. Okay, and it doesn't look dry, so that's great. Okay, we're gonna give it that. Softens. I'm not gonna say it softens because my hair could already be in a softer state before putting this on. That's why I say it gives me a level 4 crunch. It gives me a slight like little crunch, but nothing bad. Hydrates. Yeah, I mean, it feels smooth on the hair. I wouldn't use this as like a moisturizer or anything, so don't think of hydration in this way, but it's certainly not a product that dries out my hair. I like this syrup, but again, I have a couple of gels that don't have much slip to them, and so it's hard to use if my hair is dry and tangled. I need something that gives me the slip where I can first detangle and get through my hair before I put on that gel. So this is a great foundation, a great lay, a great starter. So this is another one that I recommend. The only thing is it doesn't have as much weight as some of the other products that I've already previously discussed. So if you're using this alone and your hair is like mine, really tightly coiled, and it doesn't like to lay down, then you're not going to get as much closeness to your head as you may want, because it's gonna want to lift away because it's not heavy. But it's a very nice product, smells good, works well, and I have a backup that I haven't even broken into yet. So very nice product. I like it. Now, I know some of you out there are crunch masters. You want a crunch. You want that curl to not even think of budging. Well then. This year I was introduced, because of Ashkin Curls, I was introduced to this brand, Eco Slay, and I do have the marmalade, which I'll talk about in a second, but this Jello shot here, this is going to give you a much firmer hold. The reason I'm going to open it right now and show you how much I have left of it, a good amount of it, is a thick gel. I can turn it upside down. It's not going to like slide down or anything. It's a very thick, I went to see if you could hear me patting it, but not really. But anyway, it's a thick gel, has weight to it, but two things. One, this one is supposed to be refrigerated, so I forget about it. I totally forget about it. It's in the refrigerator, so this is not going to be a repurchase for me. So I would say don't get this if you're a person like myself who may forget that this is supposed to be in the refrigerator, and so it's left in, yeah, it says keep refrigerated right there. So this one is supposed to be in the refrigerator. I forget about it, which is why I haven't used nearly as much as I could have, because I did purchase this like in the summer, but also because I'm a person who prefers more of the no crunch experience. And this, on a scale of 1 to 10 with crunch, this is probably at a I was going to say 7.5, 8, but probably more fair to say an 8 level crunch. So it works. It's nice. My hair is defined. It does have enough. It's not slick like the syrup that I just showed you, but I can still get it through my hair without it like tugging against my hair. It allows me to rake it through my hair, and then it sets. And once it sets, I can wake up the next day and those curls are still in that formation. If that's the kind of thing you love, then Jello Shot is probably what you want to try. And again, this is from EcoSlay. I didn't show you the ingredient list. Oh, one thing that I do like on the label, because she gives instructions for if you're using it on wet hair and dry hair. So I love it. Again, I love the versatility of a gel that you don't have to have sopping wet hair for it to work. This works. I did couple it with if you want something that gives you more hold but maybe not level 8 hold, then maybe put some oils or something to try and break up a bit of that cast. But yeah, let me show you the ingredient list also as I'm just here jibber jabbering about it. So yes, I like it, and that it does what it says it's going to do. It allows my hair to have defined curls. Oh, I hate that this lighting is being really weird today. Sorry about that. Okay. Number 2 on the list, do you see what that is? Okra extract. And she has aloe vera juice in here, pectin, and a bunch of other things, right? But here's what I'm going to tell you. One day on Instagram, and it wasn't for this, it was for her other product, but I'll get to that in the conditioner segment, which probably won't even get to happen in this particular video, but because I'm still talking about gels and I see I have a couple more to discuss. But she was on IG one day and had a post or something where she said she was off to the farmer's market to get okra. And it was for this though, because this has okra too. This is her conditioner. She was going to the farmer's market to get okra, and I was like, oh, she's using real fresh okra. I appreciate it. So although it has to be kept in the refrigerator, and some of her other products do as well, and I forget about them because they're in the refrigerator, doesn't mean that they're bad products at all or anything that should be scratched off the list. If you like more hold than the other gels that I discussed, then this is definitely a get this for you, because this will be the hold that I think you may be looking for and will enjoy. It leaves my hair in formation and it's defined and it's good and it has weight to it. So this is a good gel. It's just more hold, more crunch, more firmness than I prefer, but it's a good gel. So this can definitely be a Black Friday get this, especially if you wanted to try something from EcoSlay. If you also wanted to try something from EcoSlay, and again, I just love the fresh ingredients and how she does all this, which is why it has to be refrigerated. Another one that has to be refrigerated. Oh, I didn't tell you the scent on this one because I really don't remember. Oh yeah. It smelled okay. Now, just as you saw, I was showing you the product before and bouncing it. It's when I put it to my nose that I smell and I remember this scent, which is, I don't know what. Maybe I've eaten okra. It's not, maybe it's the combination of okra. Okay. Have you ever smelled real, just pure aloe vera or even tasted it? It smells like what that tastes like. So it's kind of that, and maybe it's a combination of the aloe and the okra is what it kind of smells like, that almost bitter hit to it. But again, you had to come close to smell that, and when my hair set and dried, it's not like I smelled that anyway, so it was fine. But it's a good gel. If you want not level 8 holds, but maybe you want to go down to like a 6.5, 7, and still want to support EcoSlay, even though this too has to be refrigerated, try the marmalade, which I do like. So this gave me like level 6.5, 7 crunch. Orange marmalade. Let me show you this one with a pump. Now, don't be scared that this is white, right? So the others were kind of like translucent, but this one clearly looks opaque white. But look, as I slide it down, it very quickly kind of goes into the hair, and you almost forget that it was a white thing. You can see a little bit of it, but in your hair, or at least in my hair, it absorbs, it goes down, it's fine. And again, it gives me hold. I appreciate it. I got this at half price. It says 100% natural. 100% natural. And the scent of this one is like I don't want to say an orange creamsicle again, because it's not quite like the other one from Up North Natural, but this is in that vicinity. All right, so it's around there. So I do like this one. This one, when I used it, reminded me a little bit of Curly Magic, which also has some crunch to it from Uncle Funky's Daughter. I've spoken about this one in the past. I just brought it here to give you kind of a crunch reference. I think it has less crunch though, slightly less than Uncle Funky's Daughter, Curly Magic. But this is a nice product. I love that on the side of the bottle, you probably can't see it so well here, but it has the little numbers to tell you how much product is here, what point you're up to, just the little measurement. So I like that. And I like that it has the see-through strip right here, so I can see exactly where I am in the stream of things. And I know I have a little more than half the bottle still left. And I like it. Again, this is another one, keep refrigerated, is right there on it. But look at the ingredient list right there. Boom. Agave nectar. I mean, marshmallow root. My hair likes marshmallow as well. It has flaxseed extract as the first thing listed here. Pectin is also in here. But I just, sweet orange essential oil. You can definitely smell that that's in there. I like it. I like orange marmalade. Still, I would prefer Big Papa, no crunch. But if I were to say, oh, I know that I'm going to go, you know, a couple days and I don't want to be bothered with my hair in the morning, but I know for the next couple days I want this type of style, even though you may have to do a slight refresh because again, it's only on a 6.5, maybe 7 in the term of crunch, but at least I can get some days where I don't necessarily need to do anything with it. I know that I was gonna say that crunch, that curl is pretty much going to be in formation the next day, and because of that and because of the way it's held, it's not going to allow me to have like frizzy hair and flyaways, much like the gelato as well. No flyaways and stuff, though you can get some flyaways, not on the first day but a little later on with Big Papa, because it's so soft and there's no hold. All right, so that's another reason you may need to reapply with some of those soft, no hold ones, but you wouldn't have that same experience with like the orange marmalade. Certainly not with Jello shot. Not a hair will be flying anywhere. So this is nice too. I'm not going to say that's a don't get this. I would say that's a get this, especially if you know that you want a little bit. I like marmalade. It's just Big Papa kind of has a place in my heart right now because of the serious no crunch. Just as, and again, I'm not going to review this one because I've done it in the past, another gel, Camille Rose Lavender, the curl defining gel, also a no crunch. Again, I'm using this on dry hair. No crunch, works really well. I've spoken about this time and time again. One of my favorite gels, but here's the thing, $23. Big Papa, $12.99, and this is 12 ounces. Big Papa is 16. Now, the other thing I'm going to say is for Black Friday, Camille Rose typically does like 20 to 25%, I think, maybe 30, but I think around 25% off. But in April, when she has her $10 sale, you're saving more because she's bringing this bottle of $23 product down to $10. So you may want to just hold out on that for Black Friday for the small sale and just wait for April. But then something like her Camille Rose Spritzer, which only costs $11 normally, don't wait for the $10 sale for sure. Do it through the 20%, 25% off or 30% off that she has, if you want to do a bit more on savings. So you kind of need to know what sales are happening when. Another thing that has happened through this pandemic is the ability to just kind of sit and observe, because there were definitely periods, especially earlier on, when I wasn't ordering anything from anyone. And because of that, I was able to see the frequency of sales. I mean, I knew I was always aware that companies would have sales all throughout the year, but sometimes some companies were having sales that were similar to their Black Friday sale, and in some cases it even seemed better. And I was like, So you don't always have to wait. You don't always have to buy directly through the company. Remember, Sally's and others have big sales too with 50% off and more. So just kind of shop consciously and be aware of what you're doing and what you're spending. Bask and Bloom is another one. I'm just going to speak quickly about this one. Pretty sure I got this year, but at any rate, this is Twirly. It's their hair gel. I wanted to support Bask and Bloom. This particular one, is this the one with watermelon seed oil in it? I believe. I thought it was. But anyway, this gel I actually liked. I like the Twirly gel. The only thing about it is it's 8 ounces. So I just felt like I was using it quickly. And again, this is another one where I just suspended use so that I would be able to show you something. Here it is, much like marmalade. Look, see, it looks like opaque, but once you put it down, it's not like it leaves a white film or anything like that on your hair. I'm going to show you the ingredient list as well. Aloe vera juice is the second ingredient. It has some oils in here. Oh, I didn't even, oh yeah, I thought it said something else. Okay, yeah. And so it has different oils in here. Fine. Has a version of shea butter in here as well. So this is the ingredient list. I hope, yeah, good. Okay. Boom. I'm just going to move it slowly so you can kind of see some of the things, and it ends with a fragrance, and it has safflower seed oil in here, avocado fruit extract. Okay, cool. It's a nice product. It leaves my hair feeling, it leaves it defined, normal kind of healthy level shine, not anything extra like where it's looking like glossy, but you know, normal levels. It's cool. In terms of crunch with this one is another one that it's moderate. It's something low on the scale. It wasn't like some big crunch fest where I can't get through my hair. I'm gonna put this as also like crunch level 3, 4. It was light. So I like this product. Again, another company that you may want to support. Now, if you want more hold, more crunch, I'm trying to decide which way I want to go with this. You can use this one, TGIN, the Rose Water. This came out this year. The Rose Water Curl Defining Styling Gel. I know I spoke about this on IG when the line dropped in Ulta. Curls and Roses, I think they were advertising this as. Now this one is very much like I'm showing you the complete ingredient list. Very much like their clear colored gel called Curl Balm. It has glycerin in it, but as you can see, it's further down on the list. It has rose extract as like number 2. So yeah. All right. So this is TGIN. Good brand. I'm going to score, even though the bottle is kind of pink, the gel itself is clear. Again, it reminds me very much of their Curl Balm gel. It does leave the crunch. It's a more, if you want a firmer, more defined curl that will last you some days, you can use this. This is another one that you may want to put on your list. As you can see here, it's not just sliding down my hand. Again, another clear kind of gel. Crunch level for this, I would say the crunch level is at a, yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5, maybe even 8. So it's kind of close to this Jello shot, almost making me want to put the Jello shot to 8.5. But yeah, so yeah, this is like let's say an 8 for this one. So you will definitely get some firmness, much like Curl Balm. I honestly didn't, I just didn't find the Curl Balm bottle, but I'm pretty sure I still have a bottle of that because I wanted to examine the ingredient list. They feel really similar, but it's a good gel. If you're looking for, you know, more of the crunch, then you can go in that direction for that particular product. Now stay with me on this one. This is a company that I only shopped from this during the summer. I think it was when I first picked up something from them. I think I ordered on 2 separate occasions from Pretty Fizzies. And this is one of their gels. I'm going to say crunch level. Yeah, I could put this at an 8.5, 9, because you definitely need, you're not just going to put a comb or brush through this after this sets in your hair. And again, this is me using it on dry hair. And when it sets, so yes, your curls will be defined and they will be in formation and they will stay in that formation for some time. Here's what I just want to bring out to you. The ingredient list may be hard for you to see right here, but I want you to, if you can, see that for yourself. It's over some of the labeling, but I'm going to read it to you just because it's just a few. Water, aloe vera, almond oil, watermelon oil, watermelon seed oil, and lots of love. Nothing else is listed. Yet it smells like pineapple, and it is this color. So I'm not sure which of those 3 things. I just feel like it's something else in here. But at any rate, because I've used water, aloe vera, almond oil, and watermelon seed oil, and I'm not sure how that produces this. Maybe set very high heat. I don't know. But I'll just say that's all that's listed on the ingredient list. It smells fruity. Definitely a pineapple scent. It gives you holds for sure. I'll talk about another product from Pretty Fizzies in just a bit. Actually, I can't even fit it in this video. It'll be in the next one. I think I should probably close out as I talk about, no, yeah, I'm just gonna do these last two and then we'll be done. I'm sorry, I've already held you. But Pretty Fizzies, yes, if you want a crunch that's gonna be on, you know, a higher scale, and certainly you can't have flyaways because your hair is not allowed to fly. It's not allowed to move. See how like right now I'm talking is getting a little, the gelato and the other things still allow me to have a little bit of life. Not so much. It's firm. This is a firm baby, much like Jello shot too. It's, you know, it's gonna be a little helmet. And then Care. This is not a repurchase for me. I like the scent of it. It smells very much like a salon. It's a nice scent. But the thing is, me, as I said, like to use it on dry hair. If my hair is not moisturized already, if it is indeed dry and it's not detangled, this is not sliding through my hair because it really doesn't have enough slip for me. My hair already needs to feel moisturized, and this is a case where I can use, prior to using this, I can use the syrup as a nice foundation, give me the slip, separate my hair, allow me to detangle, then put this on. But otherwise, because I need something to help aid in sliding this through my hair, this would be a don't get this. But I like how the curl set, I like how the product smells, and you get how many? Yeah, 16 ounces in this jar. This is a Care product. And I'll try and show you the ingredient list right here. Glycerin, again, we have coming in at number 2. Will that come? Oh yeah, good. You're coming in focus. There we go. Almost at the end of the video, and now I'm figuring out the lighting here. But yeah, so it's fine if your hair isn't super dry and tangly. It's a good gel. It'll leave you, the crunch level will be like a 5.5, 6. It's maybe I should say 6.5. Let me put it at that. So it's a nice styling gel. It's just because my hair is so dry and tangly, if it's not already prepped for it, it's not something I can just wake up and go and say, oh, I'm gonna drag this through my hair, because it says, no, you can't. So yeah, that one's not on my favorite list. Maybe I'll save, because this is like a curl forming custard from Unicurl. Maybe we'll talk about this in the next video, as well as, oh, another thing from Pattern still lingers. We'll hit that off in the next video. You have spent quite enough time with me today. I thank you. I can just tell you in some of the other videos what will be coming up will be more from Pretty Fizzies. 2 things to talk about, but one to actually show you. Wakati, I have to get that brand to you. I think I'm going to do some Product Junkie Naturals chat as well. And I feel like there was another there's a brand. Nature's Little Secret. Okay, we'll talk. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know what's on your Black Friday list. I'm always interested in knowing what you guys are planning on picking up. Again, I don't plan on going crazy at all. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that there will be a part 2 to this. Hold me to it. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.